Hello, everyone. I wonder how often I have thought of myself as the second son, but in reality acted more like the first son. In the parable of the vineyard owner with the two sons, the first son, you'll remember, says, sure, yeah, he'll go work in the vineyard, but then he doesn't. And the second son says, no, he won't, but then ultimately he does. Jesus points out that it was the second son who surprisingly did his father's will, not the first son who claimed that he would. Really, he's making a distinction between what we say and what we do, between our intentions and our actions. He's calling us out on our hypocrisy. That's really what he's doing. He's calling us out on our hypocrisy, and I have to ask myself, have I stood in the church and said, yeah, I'll love my neighbor as myself, but then out in the world, I ended up being more judging than loving? Have I prayed for peace, but then helped drive wedges? Have I prayed for justice, but then benefited from a system built on injustice? If I'm going to be honest, the answer is yes, and yes. I have. Not all the time, but certainly sometimes. We all fall short of our ideal self, at least sometimes. Probably most of the time, if we're honest. Thankfully, our God is forgiving. Thankfully, our God's love is without condition. But the point Jesus is making to the Pharisees in the story, and the point, of course, he's making to us, is that we need to stop kidding ourselves. We need to stop lying to ourselves about ourselves. We need to stop thinking we're somehow morally superior to people who don't practice a faith at all. Because really, there is no us or them in the first place. There's no inside and outside. There's no group that gets it and group that doesn't get it. There's no group that's more broken and group that's less broken. I mean, we're all just people who are journeying together as we find our way back toward wholeness. All of us sharing the same journey, trying to find our way back to wholeness. And our words and our intentions aren't what gets us there. It's our actions. Our actions get us there. I remember the old Dale Carnegie mantra, if you act enthusiastic, then you'll be enthusiastic. And it follows that if you act joyful, you'll be joyful. And if you act peaceful, you'll be peaceful. And if you act with mercy, you will experience mercy. And if you act loving, you'll be loving. May the inspiration to act with love rain down upon you. May the inspiration to act with love stir the heart within you. May the inspiration to act with love flow into the world from you. Peace be with you. Have a great week.